Hey guys, it's Reconrocket, you can call me Reco, and today we are back with another video. This time will be a toy photography video, something I've been wanting to do for a long time here on the channel. I'm finally making it happen. This is just a little video of I'm making 3 pictures, doing a little bit of Kitbash, having a little bit of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I would definitely like to do this more often. So yeah. Let's get straight into the video. Hey guys, so I just kind of wanted to show you my setup. So right now I have Vegeta versus Android 19. Vegeta's obviously doing kind of like a sledgehammer right now, which I have that. Took me a little bit to get the pose down, but I think it looks good, especially putting that Machinations effect on there. Really sells it. Same with the effect on the bottom of Android 19. I think that looks good. It also helps with posing him, since it was kind of hard to sit him like flush, so it helps out with that. I just have over here, this I literally got from like PetSmart. I think it looks great for like rocky terrains. If you saw here, I was basically trying to find like a rocky terrains, but I just went with the sky. I'm like, you know what, I'll just show those two. Those would work. I use them all the time in my photography, especially for rocky. This, I'm not even going to call it a diorama. It's basically just foam that I painted, and then I got bored one day and tried to add detail, but it's not really detail, it's just lines. But it works, you know, it gets the point across, I think, I hope. It has a lot of holes now just because I've been poking at it for years with, you know, trying to add trees or anything like that. Right here I also have just my lamp setups. So all of these are basically from Amazon. I think that one I just got from Sam's Club actually. But yeah, I kind of just have this elevated because I'm trying to use the digital background. This is actually, I kind of go back and forth with this technique just because sometimes it pulls off. Other times, when I tried to use it a couple of years ago, I think I was just inexperienced and didn't realize that if you have it too close, obviously lights are going to bounce on it. It's not going to look good on camera, and that's exactly what happened. So I stopped using it. I went to poster boards. They're fine, but you know, I just got a couple of colors, and going reuse after reuse, it's like, okay, I'm kind of bored. I want to switch it up. So I tried this again, but I'm like, you know what if I literally brought this table out. I'm like, what if I kind of give myself some more distance from the computer? That's exactly what I did, because before I would literally put them where that keyboard is. Not a good idea. Definitely, you don't get that effect. It looks too close, doesn't make it seem, I don't know if you want to say realistic, or, you know, it basically just looks like, okay, you know, he's using like a computer or something like that. So yeah, so that's kind of just the setup. Again, I have the smoke effects down there just to kind of, I don't know, add more. I was gonna use the Kamehameha effects that came with the old cell, these ones, but I've used these so much that I was kind of sick of using them. Again, I feel like everyone's overusing the smoke effects, me included, of course. But you know what? They just work, man. Like I had those Kamehameha effects from Cell for like 5 to 6 years now, and I've been using them since I've got them. And I mean, smoke effects, they're new, quote unquote. They're newer. They came like a year ago, so I'm like, you know what? Let's use newer effects, and that's what I did. Right here, it's basically just bags and bags of just straight up effects. I mean, these are all my effects that I have here. I have some model kit ones. I have the Kamehameha effect set with the electricity. That's actually the green version. I should be getting the blue version soon. The impacts, the smoke, and then here's kind of more of an assortment of the fire from Doctor Strange. Then you have kind of the crushed ground, and you have kind of more explosions. I think that came with Cap, as if Figuarts Cap Civil War, and then also the Marvel Legends Hulk little diorama thing. And finally, of course, the wind effects. And I think those are Thor's lightnings. But yeah, you get the gist. Alright, so I just wanted to show very quickly the comparison with this Daima Vegeta versus the premium color, just to see kind of like the body difference, 1.0 versus 3.0. One thing about the 1.0 is, I mean, articulation totally outdated on it. It's like a night and day difference. However, I mean, okay, the one on the left, that's Daima. He's supposed to be skinnier and things like that. But if they ever make another like Android Saga Vegeta, I really hope, especially like not Super Vegeta, just regular Super Saiyan Vegeta, I really hope that they go with this, you know, like those thicker legs, and he's supposed to be a little skinnier here, but I don't know if you could see, is that this one's just a tad, just a little bit more defined, just a tad, not too much, but no, I mean, personally, I like the aesthetic of 1.0, maybe not the face. The face was always something, even when I first got this figure, I was like, okay, but I like the aesthetic of 1.0, but I mean, with the articulation, I don't mind it looking like that, you know what I mean? Just because the new Vegeta on the left can do so many more poses, and he can look really good doing them. This is probably just 1.0 Vegeta's best pose. Just standing like this, you know? So, I mean, I definitely take 3.0 any day out of the week, just because of the articulation and the fun factor of it. Also, I mean, you know, you're collecting these figures to pose them, and you don't want all of them to be in a vanilla stance. And obviously Vegeta, you know, you want him doing the Big Bang attack, you want him doing ki blasts, punching, kicking, whatever. And it always just seemed just a little too unnatural on that 1.0 Vegeta, but that's why he's a 1.0, because we have finally upgraded. And I really do like the look of this one on the left, even though I still think the Vegeta head is just a tad too big. Again, this is supposed to be Daima, I get it, but you know, it would definitely be nice if we got another 3.0 Vegeta that maybe was just a tad bit like bigger, just a little bit, just to like incorporate that Z style but keep the same articulation. I think that would be beautiful. But yeah, I'll show a couple more comparisons of how he stacks up. As you can see, I mean, this isn't the head that came with him, obviously, but he's a bit, just a little bit smaller. You can see from the shoulders. He's just a little bit smaller than the 1.0, which is nice. I like my Vegeta tiny. This is good. So, I will not complain about that. And kind of some more comparisons. On my left is the superhero Vegeta with a custom Tonson head. Right next to Daima Vegeta is an upgraded kit that I actually got a couple of days ago from E&C Toys. It's of course Yardrat Goku. Definitely want to make a video with that, just because I mean, it's a really good kit, to be honest with you. It's really nice, and I think it looks great. And then to the right of him, we have the Tonson Art Toys Bojack Unbound Trunks. So it kind of gives you perspective of like where he kind of stacks. Again, he is a little bit smaller than 2.0, which I like. Again, I like my Vegeta stubby. He's supposed to be stubby. He's supposed to be smaller than Goku. He obviously is, and this is a 2.0 Goku, so like the 3.0 should work as well. And of course, Trunks being taller than Vegeta is definitely a given. This Trunks is already typically, like, he's even taller than the original SH Figuarts, the 3.0 version. But no, I think everything scales nice. I really like this Kitbash. I don't know if I'll get another one and just keep this on, just because I really like how this looks. And it just works. Honestly, it's growing on me more and more. I think that's my definitive Android Saga Super Saiyan Vegeta before he goes Super Vegeta. Yeah, no. Again, the 1.0 was kind of that version, but I think this is a clear upgrade, so I might have to stick with that. But yeah, on to some more photos. So with this shot, I kept it fairly simple. This is of course Vegeta getting his arm broken by 18. Very simple setup. you know, bright white background. That's just because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. Just 2 lights directly on the background, two on kind of the middle and back of the figure, and then 2 in the front of the figures. With this one, like I said, the thing that took me probably the most time was just to get, not really the angle, but the posing down. The pictures that I kind of did before, I didn't really, you know, 18's kick didn't look that great, so I fixed that up. I fixed Vegeta's pose just a little bit, like his arm. Kind of, it's more in a position where it looks like he's actually getting his arm broken. Then on top of that, this 18 kind of gave me some trouble. Just because this 18 is, I mean, she's a 1.0. You know, this is of course the event exclusive, that's why she looks much better. But she is not that easy to, you know, pose, just because she's very limited. It's a soft material, like the skirt piece and her, like, jacket, her jean jacket, but she still doesn't have nearly the range as she should. This turned out well, I'm happy about that, but the amount of times that I thought I broke this figure is kind of insane. Just because this left leg kept on popping out on her, and I'm like, please don't break. Because, I mean, as everyone probably knows, she's super expensive. I really hope we do get a remake of 17, 18, and hell, even 16. They still look great, the 1.0s, especially the event exclusives, just because they have updated faces and all of that. But it's just the articulation's lacking. And we also still need, technically, the 18 version without the jean jacket, because this isn't fully accurate to the scene that is in anime nor the manga. She doesn't have her jean jacket on when she's fighting Vegeta, so we definitely need that look ASAP. And you can't really do it with this 18, just because she looks so weird without the jean jacket. It just doesn't work. But yeah, so you're probably wondering why Vegeta is the only one, or maybe not. Maybe you have some camera experience, but Vegeta is the only one in the frame at the moment, just because they're kind of at 2 different points. You know, in this picture, it doesn't really look like that at this angle, but 18's a little more farther up. Therefore, you know, my camera will only pick up depending which one I want it to pick up. So I either can pick on Vegeta, or I can pick 18. So what I do is I take pictures focused on Vegeta's face, then I take pictures focused on 18, and I merge those 2 together in Affinity Photo. And then I'll also be taking up a stand for this shot, just because I couldn't see a way to do it tangibly unless 18 was, you know, doing like a standing kick. But obviously that's not the source material. I was trying to be as much close to the source material as I could. Like I said, I went from the manga version instead of the anime version, just a little bit. There's not that much difference. It's literally just Vegeta's positioning on his legs. That's it, I think. But yeah. So I think this turned out pretty well. The shot was also taken after I did those comparisons, and to be honest, guys, I think this is my definitive Android Saga Vegeta before he goes super and things like that. It works with this head sculpt, it works well. I really like the Super Saiyan Vegeta head sculpt. I think it's starting to look better in my eyes. That's all subjective, but in my eyes it's starting to look better on his body. At first I thought it was just a little too big because the body was too skinny, but you know, once you start posing it around, you can kind of barely see that difference. And to be honest, Vegeta was skinny at this point. I've mentioned this before in these past several minutes, but Vegeta, you know, wasn't as big as he was obviously against second form Cell, just because that's a different form entirely. So I have one more shot that I want to do in this video with this Vegeta. I think I'm just going to keep this Super Saiyan head throughout this entire video. I think this is literally just going to be a video of Super Saiyan Vegeta Kitbash, because I just love this so much. I love the Cell Saga / Android Saga. Everything just works. So I think I'm going to do another shot where it's from the manga again, but it's Vegeta staring at 16, 17, and 18 in a white background, so it's perfect. Vegeta's back is kind of behind, and then he's looking at 16, 17, and 18 kind of diagonally. So I'm going to try and deb that. Hopefully that turns out well. Alright, I think this is going to be the last shot in this video. Another simple shot, I'd say, just because I'm using white background. This is based on a manga shot with the androids looking down at Vegeta, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely sold by the end of this video, this being my new Android / Cell Saga Vegeta right before he goes Super Vegeta, just because it works so great. Again, this head sculpt, you can see there more than anything the skin tones don't match, unfortunately, but there's a company that is making actually a Super Saiyan head sculpt specifically for this body, and it looks immaculate. It looks amazing. So I'm probably gonna get that. But that means I maybe need another Daima Vegeta, most likely, just because, I mean, this is probably gonna be permanently on my display. Again, as I was saying, with Android 18, that both applies to 17 and 16 here. They're outdated, of course they are. You know, they're 1.0s. But my god, do they look good. I mean, these are event exclusives. These aren't the, you know, the newest ones. But they look phenomenal. The updated faces really just do them justice. And the colors just pop. I love these figures. If they had just slightly more articulation, I mean, they would probably be my favorite figures of all time. That's just because I love the Android Saga so much. But yeah, no. I really enjoyed this Kitbash. It was a really fun video. Next video, I think I'm going to try and do Yard Rat Goku. I'll see. I don't know when the next video will come out. This actually took me way longer than expected, but hopefully I can kind of get in the groove. And I really want to keep this up. I really want to, you know, post more frequently, which I have not been doing by any means. I want to bring back the reels just for some, you know, for some fun. Kind of have some content while I'm, you know, cooking up the next video. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate any help that I can get, and just for this channel to grow. And thank you again. Alright, I'll see you next time. Take care.